Luke 18, reading from verse 9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous, and despised others. The more you think you're righteous, the more you'll despise those whom you consider not as righteous as yourself. I was talking to a parent, and the parent said, I study the Bible for 2 hours and I love it. Why doesn't my child do the same? Because your child is not you. Are you with me? I drink distilled water and I only eat vegan dishes. Why doesn't my husband do the same thing? Because your husband isn't you. Mind, Character, and Personality, Volume 2, page 423, paragraph 2. Ellen White writes, the gospel deals with individuals. The reference, Mind, Character, and Personality, Volume 2, page 423. I think it's paragraph 4, but it's page 423 definitely. Let's get back to Luke 18. Let's start again from verse 9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous, and despised others. Self-righteousness naturally leads to hatred for those less righteous than we are. 2 men, verse 10, went up into the temple to pray. The one a Pharisee and the other a publican. 2 opposites in the eyes of the Jews. 2 opposites. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself. God, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers. In other words, I am better than other men, or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all I possess. Father, here is my resume of righteousness. And the publican, verse 13, standing where? Afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying what? God, come on, be merciful to me, a sinner. He had nothing in himself to offer God. Have mercy. The Pharisee said, I have done this, I have done that, I have done the next. You ought to save me. Or, I'm already saved, and I just wanted to remind you of that. The publican, God, save me. Listen to Jesus as he summarizes this drama in verse 14. What are the first 3 words in verse 14? I tell you. That's Jesus. I tell you. This man went down to his house how? Justified rather than the other. Who went down justified? The one who said, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. Of course, it was the Holy Ghost that convicted him. When we see ourselves for who we truly are, we realize our only hope is God. God, be merciful to me, a sinner. Jesus said that man went down to his house right with God. To be justified is to be made right with God. The Pharisee who said, I have held 5 offices in the church. I've sat on the board of the union. I've given so much money for church building. Surely my place is secure. He went down to his house, unjustified, not right with God. And since the Bible is a book of opposites, you are not right with God, you know who you're right with. I didn't say that clearly, let me say it again. If you're not on God's side, where are you? On the devil's side. He that is not with me, come on, is against me. There is no middle ground with God. All the way back to the Garden of Eden, God said, if you eat, you die. Satan said, if you eat, you live. Two choices.